Growing up, I was lucky enough to spend most of my childhood at my mom's house. She lived on a busy state road with a traffic light, but once you got past the noises of traffic, it seemed to melt into the background, and all you could hear were the birds chirping and laughter of children. Mom's house was once an occupied farm with crops and animals. Her father would take a 4-hour ride by horse and buggy to the market in Philadelphia 3 times a week to sell eggs from his cart. When he wasn't at the market, he was training the racehorses he owned. What was once a loud and demanding home filled with family and workers now had the sounds of Mom's stories of when she was young. I didn't see the house that needed repair or the clutter that started to be left. I saw a place I could let my imagination run free. My mom's house, which we called the homestead, served as many things. I learned so much from being outside and experiencing everything my great-grandmother was willing to teach me. I helped in the garden, or patch as she called it. I would pick green beans and beets, broccoli and squash. I learned how to plant rows and rows of seed and how to harvest at the end of a good season. Mom taught me not to waste. We would take what we had grown and can it for the winter. I learned to make applesauce from scratch. I learned the secrets to baking her chocolate chip chiffon cake and how to make the perfect peaks to ensure the chocolate chips didn't all sink to the bottom. When I wasn't in the kitchen with Mama, I was outside playing and exploring. Almost everything we saw, we used to set our stage. The overgrown tree with bean poles around it served as our teepee. The carport was our general store while playing Little House on the Prairie. The rocking chairs on the porch, when flipped over, were our secret forts. In the winter months, we would make tunnels in the snow and sled down the plowed snow mounds. During the summers, the little baby pool was our escape from the heat. We were encouraged to go outside and play. We were in nature and learned with our hands. Playing in the rain, being covered in dirt and mud, was a normal Monday. Toys that we played with weren't the new plastic ones that were on every TV commercial. We played with toys that were big, metal, but we didn't care. The baby dolls came alive as I rocked them back and forth in their old, faded clothing. I was reminded to be careful with the fragile porcelain skin as I pushed them in the old, rusted shopping cart that my mother and grandmother once used when they were young. My brother spent hours playing with old metal cranes and dump trucks, moving dirt from one pile to another. We were so lucky to be able to have a childhood that promoted being outside and exploring. The explorations we were able to take part in enabled us to learn about our world and make connections for our future. Now, in my adult life, I try to bring back the experiences from my childhood. Every fall, I spend a day making applesauce. At Christmas, I pull out my mom's nativity scene for my kids to set up. During the holiday meals, some of my mom's dishware is dusted off to be used. I tell stories to my children of all the fun I had and how Mom took the time to teach me. I hope that the impact of Mom can live on with my own children as it did with me.